Okay guys, so today we're going to be doing a bit of a review on our Tamiya Komatsu G40 Bulldozer. Now this is 48 scale, this guy, and I've done a bit of reading on the internet and had a look at a few pictures, and this is obviously a typical Tamiya kit, very nice, goes together really well. It's not as detailed as some kits, as in detailed I mean as in small parts and difficult assembly. It's a lot easier than say like Dragon kits and things like that, but typical Tamiya, it falls together, beautiful to build, and the detail on the actual built-in detail is very nice apparently. So nice box art on there guys, typical Tamiya again, and around the side here we've got some nice little pictures, and our number here is item 32565, and some more box art around the side here, and apparently a figure does come with this. That's typical to me. That's all about all the box art you're going to get. There's nothing to do with photo etch or anything, because to me I normally don't do a lot of photo etch with their kits. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll pull out our instruction sheet here. A few little advertising things there. Decal sheet, and this is our instructions. So this is one of those simple little fold out instruction things guys. Tamiya again, it's nice and clear, all the parts are numbered, and I'm not sure, yep, there is paint call outs here for hoses and things like that. From what I understand, the tracks on this like a one-piece tracks, as in like solid piece tracks. They're not vinyl or anything like that, but they're one piece, they're built onto it, and the sag is built into the top of it. I'm actually looking on the screw there now, I can see that, which is nice. There's nothing worse than those old vinyl tracks where there's no sag or anything, and you've got to actually put wire in the tracks to make it sag and things like that, but it's got the sag built in, luckily. Yeah, very simple build guys. If you can see there, there's not a lot to it. We've got a little figure down here with the paint call out colours as well. Yeah, very simple instructions. So it's only 48, and being a Tamiya, it's not a lot of detail, as in a heap of photo etch and little tiny parts and things like that. Everything's built into the detail as it is. We've got our little decal sheet down here. Okay, so we've got some metal decals here. I'll get these up to the camera up here so you can see those. They're the little rub-on metal decals. I think they're for, I'm not sure what they're for. I'll have to look through the, actually there may be gauges or something like that guys, and the Komatsu badge on the front I would say, and there's obviously some more decals in there as well. So what we'll do, we'll just pop the bags open here, we'll have a quick look and see what we've got. Okay, so this is obviously typical to me. I'm just going to try and find my glasses here quickly guys, because my eyesight's not the best these days, too much modelling and worn them out. Okay guys, very nice detail on this. Everything's crisp and clean. This is just, I mean, it's just what you expect from Tamiya. We've got these little pins up here, as you can see, hanging on. They'll have to be trimmed off and sanded back where you cut those off, but other than that, very nice. And yeah, no flash or in there, no injector pin marks that I can see that would be obvious. All injector pin marks are back inside where you should not see them. Depends on how you're going to have this thing. If you want it torn open or the lid lifted or something like that, you may have to clean some of those up, but otherwise that's very nice. Typical Tamiya. Probably going to hear me say that about 100 times, because there's not a lot of surprises with Tamiya, because they're not cheap. Well, they're not the most expensive, but they're not cheap, but you always know what you're going to get with Tamiya. And again, this sprue here is no different. Little hoses down here, beautiful. Obviously there's going to be some seams on there. I can't actually see any flash on those hoses, but there's going to be a seam line on there that'll have to be cleaned up. The figure, looking at the figure, he's very ordinary. So if you want to use the figure guys, he's I'll get him up to the camera here for you, and hopefully you can see him there. He is rather ordinary guys. The facial details just aren't there. His uniform just like a pair of shorts and a short top shirt. But you know, I mean, you don't have to use the figure, and you know, a little bit of work you could get him up to scratch. Again, the injector pin marks are all on the right side, so they're not going to show up in some of the places. Would say these hoses here on the back of here, there's a little injector pin mark there, someone here. Depending on where they're going to fit when we put it together, you may actually see a couple of those, but they shouldn't be too hard to clean out there. Just scrape them out with a knife or something, but yeah, that should be fine. So like I say, no surprises in there with the with those parts, and I think that's about it, guys. We got apparently the painting for this you only have. Okay, we'll quickly get him up. There we go. You only got the one option here for our painting. Which, I mean, there wasn't a lot of these made. I think there was about 150 of these made or something like that, and they're only used in the airfield construction, so there wasn't a lot of them made, so obviously there's not going to be a lot of options. And there's those little metal badges we're talking about that will rub onto there. Yeah, your paint call-outs are all there. Obviously pretty much one over colour, Imperial Japanese Navy. And you've got your, looks like a rubber black for your hoses and things like that, obviously. But yeah, guys, that's about all there is to it. Now, these guys here, the assembly we've got for the suspension, apparently it's very simple, but again, Tamiya, they're not going to go overboard with suspension. It's very simple. It'll go together fairly easy, fairly quick. Now, the good thing about this kit, the thing that I'm really looking forward to, is not so much the construction of it, but the weathering. This screams out for diorama, or it screams out for weathering. Being a Bulldozer, I mean, even the box art there, you can see this beautiful weathering that you'll be able to put on there. And diorama ideas, I mean, it's endless. These things were used for airfield construction, so there would have been a lot of them left in the field, and I've seen dioramas and even just standalone with a bit of bush around it, where they're all rusted out and things like that, just being left on whatever island they were working on. So some really great options there, guys, and that's going to be the fun part of this kit. The build is obviously going to be fairly quick. You could probably add a few details if you'd like, but it's a very simple days. There's not a lot of details there anyway. So put it together, then the fun part, the painting and the weathering. That's the this kit here, fast build, but the fun, and that's what we do the hobby for, is the fun part is going to be the painting and then the weathering. The weathering on this, it's just your imagination's your only limit here. So jump on the internet, have a look at what some other people have done with this kit, and honestly there is some beautiful stuff that people have done with this kit, and it just screams out for people to actually use their imagination, do what they like. Now, there's history written on the instruction sheet here, and it's quite an interesting little history on these guys. They're actually built for airfield construction for the war, and there was only like about 150 of them manufactured or something, so there wasn't a lot of them out there. But a lot of them got left behind and things like that, and there's only one left. Well, that's from what I understand, there's only one left in a museum somewhere. The rest of them are gone. So they're lucky to even have that one left, apparently. So again, guys, use your imagination. This is going to be a really fun build, and I'm going to do this in the near future. I'm not going to worry about putting any add-ons for it. We'll have a look over the internet for you and see if there's any etch sets or things like that we can add on to this. And if there is, I'm going to put them in the links below for you, and you can check those out if you want. But personally, I'm going to build this one out of box, because the fun part and the part that's going to make this come to life is the weathering, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. So when I do the build on this one, I'll definitely alert you on my Facebook page or even here on YouTube, and let you know that I'm about to start this. And I may even do the build in one video, then we'll do the weathering process in the second video. So look, I hope you enjoyed that review, guys. Like I say, really recommend this kit. It's just something different, really nice, and just screams out fun. I mean, this is what we do the hobby for, is the fun parts of it. So, and this screams of fun and weathering and dioramas and things like that. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subbed, please sub below. Video is going to keep coming. Again, let me know if you like these reviews, or if there's anything you want me to add to them or subtract from them, or if you don't like them. I want to get a bit of an opinion on these reviews as to whether to keep doing them or not. Okay, guys, thanks for watching.